Hey y'all, I'm Alex with Soulmates Georgia. I'm back in my garden here. I've got all my tomatoes and peppers back here, some over here, and the ones on this side are the ones we're going to focus on today because those are the ones that I overwintered in my sunroom back here. And I didn't do anything to them except for take the plants in their pots, put them in the sunroom, and every month or so I'd give them a little bit of water. And I was shocked to find out they survived, and now they've all got leaves coming up. So let me go show you some of these. So this one here is the first one that started showing its leaves, and I think I showed it in a video a while ago when it was first coming up, but it's looking great. And it is definitely far ahead of the others. I was actually thinking the others weren't going to come around, but let me get a little closer in on this one. Oh, that's awesome. I've got a little ladybug in there working her magic, getting rid of some of those pests. Got some peppers coming up here, starting to form, some little babies. That's got so much foliage on it. So much foliage that I am sure I should probably trim some of it, but I'm really curious how it's going to go when I just kind of leave it alone for a while. I'm letting it just roll. And then this one was one of the last ones to get any of the leaves coming up, but it does have a little bit in here. That's starting to come up, and what I noticed on that first one, once they started to produce their leaves and then they can collect their, they can produce photosynthesis better, they really start cranking it out. It's just how it starts to roll. This one is also got a tiny leaf here and some bigger ones up here, so that's getting going. And then my fourth one down here is about the same. It's just in the very early stages, but it's getting going. So as long as I see leaves, they're going. None of the Greek peppers made it, but these 4 bell peppers did. So they're all sitting here in a row and getting their afternoon sun, which is about to end. And hopefully gonna have some peppers at least on that first one pretty soon. The other one should be pretty close behind. All the peppers that I planted from seed this year are still fairly small, but they're coming around. So I'll do another video on that before long. But I wanted to really highlight the main ones on the end down here that were from last year, which is crazy to me. I mean, I didn't change the soil. I didn't even trim them and prune them before I put them into the sunroom. And now they are on the verge of producing some new fruit. So pretty easy and very cool that it's that easy to grow something. 2 other things I figured I should show before they die off, or at least stop flowering and past their kind of point of perfection here. But this is my comfrey. It flowers early in the season, and it's standing over my spinach here. But it's looking good. It's got some nice flowers attracting bees, so it's a good start to the season to get the bees brought back into the yard before all the cucumbers and everything else starts blooming, and the bees really fall in love with the yard. So that's pretty good. I'll also trim some of that off and give it to the chickens too. And the last thing to show is my peas. These really came in great. I had no idea what they were going to be like. I knew I wanted some peas in here. I feed these to chickens, but I've also grabbed some of these off of here and eaten them just out in the yard, which is, whoops, I'm ripping that off. That was not a good thing to do one-handed, apparently. Oh well, there it is. But these are good just by themselves. Now I've ripped that off. Those tendrils will catch back on if I put it back over here. And that has taken over my trellis up here. It's been great. All of this, that's I've got 3 per pot, I think is what I have. And there's a tomato in here that popped up from my mulch, from my compost. So I might let it stay in there. It's looking pretty good. And once the once the peas die off here, it's gonna take off. It's gonna have so much more sun. And I've got some collards down in here too. Those have been good. My plan was to feed those to chicken, but everything I plant, a lot of this up here was going to be for the chickens, but I ended up eating it also, and it's been really good and tasty. I've actually been surprised that it's good just straight off out of the garden. So I've got more down here. The ones in the buckets down here haven't done as well, not on the trellis, but yeah, I say that and look down and I do see some more pea pods down there. So I think I'm about to run through and collect a lot of these Maybe split them with the chickens. Give some to me, give some to the chickens. Well, that's it for me, y'all. I appreciate you watching. That's an update on just a couple things going on in the garden. We've had a lot of stuff going on. Susie and I just had a long run yesterday in a race nearby in kind of North Georgia, I guess. And Susie did her first 10K race. It was a little bit more than 10K. I think it was almost 6.5 miles. And for mine, it was billed as a little bit more than a 15K. Ended up being, I think, close to 11 miles. On these trail runs, they don't really know how long the runs are if they don't put a wheel out there. But the GPS, when they do all these cutbacks through the woods, the GPS doesn't work well. So I had a fun race, and Susie did too. So we've been busy training for those. That season is over for the most part. She's starting mountain biking season now, and I'm going to try to get back down to the farm soon and have some videos for y'all down there also, but we'll see how soon I can do that and get them posted. But for now, we're in the garden and everything is fun out here. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. Talk to y'all again soon. Bye.